Learning starts in 3 seconds. Accent.
accent,
말씨 액센트,
pronunciation, intonation, enunciation, elocution,
A strong American accent. Allege.
allege,
혐의를 제기하다 주장하다,
claim, assert, declare, state, proclaim.
He alleged that he had been assaulted. Amazing.
Amazing,
놀라운,
astonishing, astounding, surprising, bewildering.
An amazing number of people registered. Awake.
Awake,
잠들지 않은, 깨어있는,
wake, wake up, awaken, stir, come to, come round.
She awoke to find the streets covered in snow. Backwards.
Backwards,
뒤로,
towards the rear, rearwards, backward, behind one.
Penny glanced backwards. Bastard.
Bastard,
사생아, 서자,
scoundrel, villain, rogue, rascal, brute, animal.
He lied to me, the bastard. Blast.
Blast,
폭발,
shock wave, pressure wave, bang, crash, crack.
They were thrown backwards by the blast. Brand.
Brand,
브랜드,
make, line, label, mark.
A new brand of soap powder. Canal.
Canal,
운하, 수로,
inland waterway, channel, watercourse, waterway.
They traveled on by canal. Cater.
Cater,
음식을 공급하다,
provide food for, feed, serve, cook for, wine and dine.
My mother helped to cater for the party. Chapel.
Chapel,
부속 예배당, 예배실,
sanctuary,
A service in the chapel. Chemistry.
chemistry,
화학,
science.
On the one hand, alchemy is regarded as a precursor of the modern science of chemistry. Comparable.
Comparable,
비슷한, 비교할 만한,
similar, close, near, approximate, akin, equivalent.
The situation in Holland is comparable to that in England. Consensus.
Consensus,
의견 일치, 합의,
agreement, harmony, concord, like-mindedness.
There is a growing consensus that the current regime has failed. Constable.
Constable,
순경,
police officer, policeman, policewoman, PC.
The caller said his chief constable had received a number of complaints. Coordinate.
Coordinate,
조직화 편성하다,
harmonize, correlate, interrelate, synchronize, bring together.
He had responsibility for coordinating London's transport services. Crystal.
Crystal,
결정체,
glassware, crystalware.
A quartz crystal. Darling.
Darling,
여보, 자기, 얘야,
dear, dearest, dear one, love, lover, sweetheart.
Good night, darling. Decent.
Decent,
괜찮은 제대로 된,
respectable, upright, upstanding, honorable, honest.
A decent clean living individual. Defender.
Defender,
수비 선수,
protector, guard, guardian, preserver, bodyguard.
A determined defender of British interests.
Accent. Pronunciation, intonation, enunciation, elocution. Allege. Claim, assert, declare, state, proclaim. Amazing. Astonishing, astounding, surprising, bewildering. Awake. Wake, wake up, awaken, stir, come to, come round. Backwards. Towards the rear, rearwards, backward, behind one. Bastard. Scoundrel, villain, rogue, rascal, brute, animal. Blast. Shock wave, pressure wave, bang, crash, crack. Brand. Make, line, label, mark. Canal. Inland waterway, channel, watercourse, waterway. Cater. Provide food for, feed, serve, cook for, wine and dine. Chapel. Sanctuary. Chemistry. Science. Comparable. Similar, close, near, approximate, akin, equivalent. Consensus. Agreement, harmony, concord, like-mindedness. Constable. Police officer, policeman, policewoman, PC. Coordinate. Harmonize, correlate, interrelate, synchronize, bring together. Crystal. Glassware, crystalware. Darling. Dear, dearest, dear one, love, lover, sweetheart. Decent. Respectable, upright, upstanding, honorable, honest. Defender. Protector, guard, guardian, preserver, bodyguard. Accent. Allege. Amazing. Awake. Backwards. Bastard. Blast. Brand. Canal. Cater. Chapel. Chemistry. Comparable. Consensus. Constable. Coordinate. Crystal. Darling. Decent. Defender.
Delegate.
Delegate.
대표, 자,
Representative, envoy, emissary, commissioner, agent.
Congress delegates rejected the proposals. Descend.
Descend.
내려오다, 내려가다.
Go down, come down.
The aircraft began to descend. Developer.
Developer.
개발업자 개발회사.
Originator, creator, initiator, institutor, instigator.
A property developer. Diagnosis.
Diagnosis.
진단.
Identification, recognition, discovery, detection.
Diagram.
Diagram.
도표, 도해.
Drawing, line drawing, illustration, picture, artist's impression.
A diagram of the living room. Dialogue.
Dialogue.
대화.
Conversation, talk, communication, interchange, discourse, argument.
The book consisted of a series of dialogues. Directory.
Directory.
안내책자.
Index, list, listing, register, catalogue, record, archive, inventory.
Mielik National School will launch a local telephone directory in the next 2 weeks. Disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
불리한 점, 약점, 난점.
Drawback, snag, downside, stumbling block, catch, pitfall, fly in the ointment.
A major disadvantage is the limited nature of the data. Doorway.
Doorway.
출입구,
Portal, opening, hatch, entrance, entry, exit, egress.
Beth stood there in the doorway. Dull.
Dull.
따분한, 재미없는,
Uninteresting, boring, tedious, tiresome, wearisome.
Your diet doesn't have to be dull and boring. Duration.
Duration.
지속, 기간,
Full length, length of time, time span, time scale.
A flight of over 8 hours duration. Elegant.
Elegant.
우아한,
Stylish, graceful, tasteful, discerning, refined.
She will look elegant in black. Entity.
Entity.
독립체,
Organization, institution, establishment, body, operation.
Church and empire were fused in a single entity. Envelope.
Envelope.
봉투,
Wrapper, wrapping, wrap, sleeve, cover, covering.
The paperwork involved is horrendous: ballot papers, witness forms, prepaid envelopes, ballot paper envelopes and explanatory notes. Execute.
Execute.
처형사형하다,
Carry out, accomplish, perform, implement, effect, bring off.
The corporation executed a series of financial deals. Fade.
Fade.
바래다 희미해지다,
Dim, grow faint, grow feeble, fail.
The noise faded away. Faint.
Faint.
희미한 약한,
Indistinct, vague, unclear, indefinite, ill-defined.
The faint murmur of voices. Fantasy.
Fantasy.
공상상상,
Imagination, creativity, fancy, invention, originality.
His research had moved into the realm of fantasy. Flag.
Flag.
기, 깃달,
Banner, standard, ensign, pennant, pennon, banderole, streamer, jack.
The American flag. Fleet.
Fleet.
함대,
Navy, naval force, task force.
The small port supports a fishing fleet.
Delegate. Representative, envoy, emissary, commissioner, agent. Descend. Go down, come down. Developer. Originator, creator, initiator, institutor, instigator. Diagnosis. Identification, recognition, discovery, detection. Diagram. Drawing, line drawing, illustration, picture, artist's impression. Dialogue. Conversation, talk, communication, interchange, discourse, argument. Directory. Index, list, listing, register, catalogue, record, archive, inventory. Disadvantage. Drawback, snag, downside, stumbling block, catch, pitfall, fly in the ointment. Doorway. Portal, opening, hatch, entrance, entry, exit, egress. Dull. Uninteresting, boring, tedious, tiresome, wearisome. Duration. Full length, length of time, time span, time scale. Elegant. Stylish, graceful, tasteful, discerning, refined. Entity. Organization, institution, establishment, body, operation. Envelope. Wrapper, wrapping, wrap, sleeve, cover, covering. execute, carry out, accomplish, perform, implement, effect, bring off, fade, dim, grow faint, grow feeble, fail, faint, indistinct, vague, unclear, indefinite, ill-defined, fantasy, imagination, creativity, fancy, invention, originality, flag, banner, standard, ensign, pennant, pennon, banderole, streamer, jack, fleet, navy, naval force, task force, delegate, descend, developer, diagnosis, diagram, dialogue, directory, disadvantage, doorway, dull, duration, elegant, entity, envelope, execute, fade, faint, fantasy, flag, fleet,
forever,
forever,
영원히,
forever, for all time, forever and ever, for always,
she would love him forever. Formerly,
formerly,
이전에, 예전에,
previously, earlier, earlier on, before, until now,
the building formerly housed their accounting offices. Fourth,
fourth,
에서 멀리, 밖으로,
out, outside, away, off, ahead, forward, away from home, abroad,
the plants will bush out, putting forth fresh shoots. Genetic,
genetic,
유전에, 유전하게,
genetical, congenital, inborn, inherent, inherited, inbred,
all the cells in the body contain the same genetic information. Ghost,
ghost,
유령, 귀신,
spectre, phantom, wraith, spirit, soul, shadow, presence,
the building is haunted by the ghost of a monk. Hopefully,
hopefully,
바라건대,
optimistically, with hope, full of hope, confidently, expectantly,
he rode on hopefully. Improved,
improved,
향상된, 개선된,
enhanced, upgraded,
an improved design. Influential,
influential,
영향력 있는, 영향력이 큰,
powerful, authoritative, dominant, controlling, strong,
her work is influential in feminist psychology. Ingredient,
ingredient,
재료 성분,
element, factor,
pork is an important ingredient in many stir-fried dishes. Installation,
installation,
설치 설비,
installing, install, fitting, putting in place,
the installation of a central air conditioning system. Isolation,
isolation,
고립, 분리, 격리,
separation, segregation, setting apart, keeping apart,
the isolation of older people. Kit,
kit,
조립용품 세트,
equipment, tools, implements, instruments, gadgets,
a first aid kit. Lamp,
lamp,
램프, 등,
torch, flashlight,
a table lamp. Legislative,
legislative,
입법에, 입법부에,
lawmaking, law-giving, judicial, juridical, jurisdictive,
the country's supreme legislative body. Lesser,
lesser,
더 적은 작은, 덜한,
less important, minor, secondary, subsidiary, marginal.
He was convicted of a lesser assault charge. Liberty.
Liberty.
자유,
Independence, freedom, autonomy, sovereignty, self-government.
Compulsory retirement would interfere with individual liberty. Lion.
Lion.
사자,
Big cat.
3-year-old male lions grow manes that vary in color from black to blonde. Locally.
Locally.
장소상으로, 지방주의로,
Narrowly, provincially.
I shop locally wherever possible. Marvelous.
Marvelous.
기막히게 좋은, 경탄할 만한,
Amazing, astounding, astonishing, awesome, breathtaking.
Marvelous technological toys. Merit.
Merit.
가치, 훌륭함,
Excellence, goodness, standard, quality, level, grade, high quality.
Composers of outstanding merit.
Forever. Forever, for all time, forever and ever, for always. Formerly. Previously, earlier, earlier on, before, until now. Forth. Out, outside, away, off, ahead, forward, away from home, abroad. Genetic. Genetical, congenital, inborn, inherent, inherited, inbred. Ghost. Spectre, phantom, wraith, spirit, soul, shadow, presence. Hopefully. Optimistically, with hope, full of hope, confidently, expectantly. Improved. Enhanced, upgraded. Influential. Powerful, authoritative, dominant, controlling, strong. Ingredient. Element, factor. Installation. Installing, install, fitting, putting in place. Isolation. Separation, segregation, setting apart, keeping apart. Kit. Equipment, tools, implements, instruments, gadgets. Lamp. Torch, flashlight. Legislative. Lawmaking, law-giving, judicial, juridical, jurisdictive. Lesser. Less important, minor, secondary, subsidiary, marginal. Liberty. Independence, freedom, autonomy, sovereignty, self-government. Lion. Big cat. Locally. Narrowly, provincially. Marvelous. Amazing, astounding, astonishing, awesome, breathtaking. Merit. Excellence, goodness, standard, quality, level, grade, high quality. Forever. Formerly. Forth. Genetic. Ghost. Hopefully. Improved. Influential. Ingredient. Installation. Isolation. Kit. Lamp. Legislative. Lesser. Liberty. Lion. Locally. Marvelous. Merit.
Midnight.
Midnight.
자정, 밤 12시, 한밤중,
12 midnight, 12 at night, 12 o'clock, dead of night.
I left at midnight. Modification.
Modification.
수정 변경,
Softening, moderation, tempering, qualification, restriction, lessening.
The parts supplied should fit with little or no modification. Nasty.
nasty,
끔찍한, 형편없는,
unpleasant, disagreeable, disgusting, distasteful.
Plastic bags burn with a nasty, acrid smell. Neat.
Neat,
정돈된, 단정한, 말쑥한,
tidy, neat and tidy, as neat as a new pin, orderly, well ordered.
The books had been stacked up in neat piles. Obscure.
Obscure,
잘 알려져 있지 않은, 무명의,
unclear, uncertain, unknown, in doubt, doubtful.
His origins and parentage are obscure. Organism.
Organism,
유기체, 생물, 체,
living thing, being, creature, animal, plant, structure.
Of course, there are also less interesting organisms like plants and animals in this database as well. Oxygen.
Oxygen,
산소,
oxygenate,
This oxygen may also support nitrifying bacteria that convert ammonia to nitrate. Pavement.
pavement,
인도, 보도,
sidewalk.
Despite the density of burials in the immediate area, no interments overlay the stone pavement. Physics.
Physics,
물리학,
science.
In making these points, Edwards had the backing of the mechanistic and deterministic Newtonian physics of his day. Pity.
Pity,
연민, 동정, 심, 불쌍히 측은히 여김,
compassion, commiseration, condolence, sorrow.
Her voice was full of pity. Poison.
Poison,
독, 독약,
toxin, venom.
Trees could be engineered to grow in polluted landfills and absorb poisons, or even be designed to capture more carbon dioxide, diminishing global warming. Portfolio.
Portfolio,
서류 가방,
file, binder, ring binder, document case.
She stuffed all the other papers back into the portfolio, and walked out of the office, only to forget to close the doors behind her. Realistic.
Realistic,
현실적인, 현실을 직시하는,
practical, pragmatic, matter of fact, down to earth, sensible.
Jobs are scarce at the moment, so you've got to be realistic. Receipt.
Receipt,
영수증,
proof of purchase, sales slip, sales ticket, till receipt.
Having a set place to put your monthly bank statements, receipts, and bills can make the difference between chaos and order. Receiver.
Receiver,
소화기,
acceptor.
Generally, it is of no value for the transmitter to outdistance the receiver. Recipe.
Recipe,
조리요리법,
cooking directions.
A traditional Indonesian recipe. Reign.
Reign,
통치기간, 치세,
rule, sovereignty, monarchy.
The original chapel was built in the reign of Charles I. Ridiculous.
Ridiculous,
웃기는, 말도 안 되는, 터무니없는,
laughable, absurd, comical, funny, hilarious, humorous.
When you realize how ridiculous these scenarios are, you will have to laugh. Scholar.
Scholar,
학자,
academic, intellectual, learned person, professor.
A phrase borrowed from the Indian scholar Ananda Kumaraswamy. Screw.
Screw,
나사로 고정시키다,
fasten, secure, fix, attach, clamp, bolt, rivet, batten.
Screw the hinge to your new door.
Midnight, 12 midnight, 12 at night, 12 o'clock, dead of night. Modification. Softening, moderation, tempering, qualification, restriction, lessening. Nasty. Unpleasant, disagreeable, disgusting, distasteful. Neat. Tidy, neat and tidy, as neat as a new pin, orderly, well ordered. Obscure. Unclear, uncertain, unknown, in doubt, doubtful. Organism. Living thing, being, creature, animal, plant, structure. Oxygen. Oxygenate. Pavement. Sidewalk. Physics. Science. Pity. Compassion, commiseration, condolence, sorrow. Poison. Toxin, venom. Portfolio. File, binder, ring binder, document case. Realistic. Practical, pragmatic, matter of fact, down to earth, sensible. Receipt. Proof of purchase, sales slip, sales ticket, till receipt. Receiver. Acceptor. Recipe. Cooking directions. Reign. Rule, sovereignty, monarchy. Ridiculous. Laughable, absurd, comical, funny, hilarious, humorous. Scholar. Academic, intellectual, learned person, professor. Screw. Fasten, secure, fix, attach, clamp, bolt, rivet, batten. Midnight. Modification. Nasty. Neat. Obscure. Organism. Oxygen. Pavement. Physics. Pity. Poison. Portfolio. Realistic. Receipt. Receiver. Recipe. Reign. Ridiculous. Scholar. Screw.
Sculpture.
Sculpture.
조각품.
Carve.
Were the architects inspired by sculpture when they designed the idiosyncratic form of the Seattle Public Library? Shower.
Shower.
소나기. 소나기 썰눈.
Fall, light fall, drizzle, flurry, sprinkling, mizzle.
This would often bring showers of snow or rain, and sometime hail. Sin.
Sin.
죄. 죄악.
Immoral act, wrong, wrongdoing, act of evil, act of wickedness.
A sin in the eyes of God. Skirt.
Skirt.
치마.
Cloth.
Chelsea ended up in a black pleated mini skirt with a tight red shirt that tied around the back. Speculation.
Speculation.
추측. 어림. 짐작.
Conjecture, theorizing, hypothesizing, supposition, guesswork.
There has been widespread speculation that he plans to quit. Stance.
Stance.
입장 태도.
Posture, body position, pose, attitude, bearing.
She altered her stance, resting all her weight on one leg. Subsidy.
Subsidy.
보조금 장려금.
Funds, assets, money, capital, resources.
A farm subsidy. Succession.
Succession.
연속. 잇따름.
Sequence, series, progression, course, chain, cycle.
She had been secretary to a succession of board directors. Successive.
Successive.
연속적인. 연이은, 잇따른,
consecutive, in a row, straight, solid, sequential, succeeding.
They were looking for their fifth successive win. Tactic.
Tactic,
전략 작전,
strategy, scheme, stratagem, plan, set of tactics.
This is our usual tactic, to let her wake up all the way before we go in and get her out of bed. Thesis.
Thesis,
학위 논문,
theory, contention, argument, line of argument.
His central thesis is that psychological life is not part of the material world. Toy.
Toy,
장난감,
plaything, game.
A toy car. Tray.
Tray,
쟁반,
platter, plate, dish.
She would carry the tray across the room and set it down on the little table beside him. Truck.
Truck,
트럭,
lorry, articulated lorry, heavy goods vehicle, juggernaut.
Beyond the slip road was a vast junction of roads where cars and trucks hurtled along totally oblivious to our presence. Underneath.
Underneath,
의 밑에,
beneath, below, underneath, at the bottom of, at the foot of.
Our bedroom is right underneath theirs. Undertaking.
Undertaking,
1프로젝트,
pledge, agreement, promise, oath, covenant.
I give an undertaking that we shall proceed with the legislation. Unionist.
Unionist,
노동조합원, 노동조합주의자,
member.
And once again we have a community assembly of unionists, clergy and civil rights activists taking a stand on high moral ground. Unnecessary.
Unnecessary,
불필요한, 필요 이상의,
not necessary, not essential, non-essential, not needed.
A fourth Chicago airport is unnecessary. Wool.
Wool,
털, 양털, 양모,
fleece, hair, coat.
Local wool and goat hair is hand-woven into various textiles. Working class.
Working class,
노동자 계급의,
low-ranking, low, lowly, lower class, plebeian, proletarian.
A working class community.
Sculpture, carve. Shower, fall, light fall, drizzle, flurry, sprinkling, mizzle. Sin, immoral act, wrong, wrongdoing, act of evil, act of wickedness. Skirt, cloth. Speculation, conjecture, theorizing, hypothesizing, supposition, guesswork. Stance, posture, body position, pose, attitude, bearing. Subsidy, funds, assets, money, capital, resources. Succession, sequence, series, progression, course, chain, cycle. Successive, consecutive, in a row, straight, solid, sequential, succeeding. Tactic, strategy, scheme, stratagem, plan, set of tactics. Thesis, theory, contention, argument, line of argument. Toy, plaything, game. Tray, platter, plate, dish. Truck, lorry, articulated lorry, heavy goods vehicle, juggernaut. Underneath, beneath, below, underneath, at the bottom of, at the foot of. Undertaking, pledge, agreement, promise, oath, covenant. Unionist, member. Unnecessary, not necessary, not essential, non-essential, not needed. Wool, fleece, hair, coat. Working class, low-ranking, low, lowly, lower class, plebeian, proletarian. Sculpture, shower, sin, skirt. Speculation, stance, subsidy, succession, successive. Tactic, thesis, toy, tray, truck. Underneath, undertaking, unionist, unnecessary. Wool, working class.
Thank you for watching.